Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 18395 Southwest Butternut Street here in Beaverton. Located up on the rooftop, we're going down through a 4-inch cast iron vent. Check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is currently running. Clear some cobwebs off my camera lens here really quick, but we'll zero out right there at the base of the vent. And from the sounds of it, this sounds like it is it's a septic or cesspool conversion, which usually means that the line is going to be rather long. So this initial run out here is mostly just getting the camera out to where it needs to get to. We'll bring it in slower. I just want to keep momentum up here so we can get through everything we need to. Right now I've got two different fixtures running, a bathtub and a sink. That spot right as we start into the line there may have some standing water. It might not also. I've got so much volume dumping into the line right now that it might be just appear that way. Let's see. We just swapped over there to concrete pipe. And there's the main, 93 feet. For some, I thought I'd heard that the line had been recently updated. It must have been updated a long time ago. This is all original. Anyway, we're gonna go locate while the line drains out here, and then we'll have a look at everything as we come back. All right, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates out on Southwest Butternut. And I'm going to probably have to do some level of reviewing at home. I have got some nasty light glare up here on the roof. No matter how I angle this darn thing, I'm still just having a hard time. It's mostly fine detail stuff. Anyway, the part of the house here, and I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the home. You have the where the living room area is the part of the house that juts out the most. It's closest to the street. If you go off the front right corner of that popped out spot there, that stretches out toward the road, the line where I terminated the main there lines up pretty nicely with that. Now, if the front door were to actually be facing the street, pretty in line with that too, which is right along that edge there, that part of the home. All right, there's all the concrete. All the concrete drains off well. I'm gonna review this at home. Some of the stuff I'm having a hard time seeing is fine detail around some of the pipe joints. Getting a nice clear view of those, that's where I'm having a hard time seeing right now. That whole section of pipe there drains off very nicely. And that's a section of pipe, you know, again, there may be stuff on the report, you know, for all I know right now, I could recommend a fix on something that I'm not talking about or seeing right now because of the light glare on my screen. Just be aware of that. There may be some different stuff in there. But assuming the concrete is still good enough to leave be, it behooves you these days to keep an eye on these older sewer lines and rescope them periodically. With the advent of trenchless epoxy repair systems now, you can update your sewer lines without digging. But if you let them wear out to the point where the joints are all opened up to the ground, things sucking dirt and groundwater through, which can lead to hydro erosion, the line settling. If you let the line wear out too far gone, you lose the ability to do that. And when you look at what the cost difference is between lining versus trenching all the way up through the street, talking huge differences in repair cost. When you're responsible into the roadway, that liner can be, 3 to 4 times cheaper than a traditional repair. So it's a very good idea to keep an eye on things. The line here runs just about straight. I mean, it does kind of a loop around here. What I'm going to do here real quick, just so I can get an idea. I don't locate every square inch of the sewer line, but I'll at least get an idea as to where we're leaving the house here. I think the line punches out through that popped out spot at the front of the house. All right, yeah, so the line right now, we're going right through the kitchen area. So that popped out part of the house, again, that section of the home that sticks out furthest towards the road, just purely going off of that, pretending that's the whole entire home there. The front right corner of it, where we're running right now, if the line continues in a dead straight line, the line's gonna punch out of the house there just a couple feet in from that to the left of the front right corner of that section. Once this line does a turn there at the beginning, it essentially runs dead straight all the way to the main. A little bit of standing water at the start of the line there. It's very minimal. I will review this at home and I'll at least notate on the report, but that section there with standing water in it has all of maybe a 1/16 to a 1/4 inch of standing water. That is not the kind of stuff I'm looking for as it relates to bellies. I get more concerned you've got an inch or more of standing water. That kind of stuff there acts up in one scenario, essentially, and that's when you abuse the sewer line, if you're putting a lot of stuff down the pipe that shouldn't go down there. So, as far as flow goes, the line has good flow to the main lateral connection. Again, pending review, there may be some stuff I talk about in the report, not on the video, but as far as just from a simple flow standpoint, not talking about the condition of the line is functioning properly in that regard. Again, there may be some other things on there after I review at home, though.